Hello friends, Paul here from Garden Well, Eat Well. Today, I want to pass along a great tip I use in the kitchen to rejuvenate limp, lifeless greens. I'm sure we've all done this. You go out to the garden and pick some Swiss Chard or kale or a handful of collard greens for dinner. And maybe we got more than we needed, or plans change and you just didn't cook it up at all. Instead, they're left on the counter. Or worse, you put them in the fridge and they quickly lose all their moisture, completely wilting on you. When they get like this, do you still feel like eating them? Well, I'll show you how you can easily refresh and rehydrate them and bring all these back to life. You won't be disappointed. Although this method will work with most leafy greens, I want to try one that will give us some real dramatic results, and I think we can do that with some Swiss Chard. Most of this bed is a variety called rhubarb. We love it. It's a beautiful crop to grow. The leaves always look so great in the garden, and when you cook it up, it's tasty and nutritious, and those colors, again, really brighten up the meal. But instead of using them all straight away, I'm just going to leave some of them here to sit for a day or so. This will be a good test for them. So these leaves have been resting here and slowly drying for more than a day now, just over 30 hours. They're looking very limp and lifeless, pretty far gone and very unappetizing. I think most people would just toss these into the compost pile instead of trying to use them in a meal. But one thing I always try to do is not waste food. Even though they don't look it right now, these leaves are still very active. They're not dead, they're just screaming for water. We can still save these and not let them go to waste, and if we're lucky, we can get them a lot closer to the way they look when they were first picked. The most important thing we need to do is trim the stems. The ends of the stalks have dried and scarred over and won't be able to transfer water too well the way they are right now. So we'll gather the stems together and cut them all at an angle. Or you could do them individually, but try for at least 45 degrees. Anything is better than just cutting them straight across. That will open up the stems to give them a little more surface area and expose the tissue that's still active. Then place them in some water. I found it doesn't matter if it's fresh from the tap or has been sitting at room temperature. And I don't add anything special to it either. The leaves are really just looking to be hydrated again, and that's all they want right now. So make sure the stems are fully submerged and all the leaves are loose and are free to move. I'm going to fill the glass completely to the rim, so as I suck up the water, we can see and measure just how active the leaves can be. Now we wait. And I'm just going to fast forward this and show the minutes as they pass. Almost immediately we can see they're starting to respond. It's only been 15 minutes and many of them have already perked up. You can tell I'm an organic gardener with some of the leaves showing a little bit of insect damage. A few holes shining through here. I never use any pesticides, so sometimes you have to live with that. Now, not all the leaves are recovering at the same rate. Since they were all in a pile and covering each other, some may have started off being more dehydrated than others, and they'll just need more time. But after 2 hours, some leaves definitely seem to have stalled out. It could be that they're folded over and are pinched, and that's what's slowing them down. So for those that are still limp, I'm going to try spreading their leaves apart to help them along. And we'll wait a bit longer to see if they improve. You know, considering the way they were when we first started, these are making great progress. Some may not be bouncing back as much as the others, but after 4 hours, these all are looking much more appetizing. Plus, notice how much water the leaves have drawn up. By rehydrating, that's helped them make them all crisp again. They're all fuller and have gotten a lot of their original shape and contours back. I'm very happy with how they've turned out, because now we can wash them easily and properly. When they were limp, it would have been much more difficult to get them completely clean. And then afterwards, we can take these and prepare and cook them up like they were freshly picked, still very delicious and full of nutrients, even getting all their color back. It's such a simple tip to use to extend the life of some of your vegetables. And of course, this method will also work on what you get from the grocery store. They always have a difficult time keeping things as fresh as we want. Again, this is what we started with, and this is how great they turned out. It really works well. Actually, you can just make it a practice to put them in water whenever you pick them. They'll easily last for a few days and also be ready for you when you need them. Not to mention all those lush colors can really help to dress up your kitchen too. Let me know in the comments if there are different tips that you use to keep your harvest fresh. Thanks again for watching, and see you later here on Garden Well, Eat Well.